Buenos días, ¿dónde van?
Buenos días, viajamos a Lyon.
Es que por aquí esta es una empresa privada
Empresa,
y no se
ajá.
pueden pasar por este lado.
Podemos go
Tienen,
through?
tienen que regresar.
Oh, we're not allowed through.
Right, so this was going to be a nice easy ride. Got to get down to the border, through the border. Then we carried on down here and went into this town. A little way out here, we stayed in a place called El Vieja. The next day was going to be a relatively short day, so we thought we would go and take a look at the sugar plantations. And we did sort of cuts through here. We got to about there and they wouldn't let us go any further. So we had to go all the way back round and just stick on the main road that took us down into Lyon, and we were slightly out by the airport.
Here we come, this is very exciting today, isn't it? And around here.
And around here.
It's very exciting today, so it deserved a twirl.
I've got my mum, the film director, editor.
Can we have the heads? That's it. And action. It's an exciting day today.
What was that action?
Action.
Oh, I thought it was something else. I was envisioning your neck underneath it.
Oh, that's rude, isn't it? We've had a good day today, and we were quite, for the last few weeks, we've been quite nervous about today.
Yes.
Not today, not Sunday the 5th of May particularly, but today. Why were we a bit nervous?
Well, it's my dad's birthday and I forgot to ring him.
No, you didn't. We rang him yesterday.
Oh, yes, okay.
Because we had a big day today.
Because we had a big day.
We did another border change.
And it was a big border change.
And after, you'll have seen the last border change, we were not best impressed. So I had my teacher face on today, didn't I?
You had your teacher face on and I told them to go away.
You didn't swear at them, to be fair.
I didn't swear at them, but I called them and I said, no, I've had enough of the thieving bastards at the other border.
They kind of got the message.
They did.
But today was Nicaragua Day, wasn't it? Going from Honduras into Nicaragua.
It was. And everyone told us the border would be difficult, it would be hard work.
4 or 5 hours.
It would be and to be fair, it still took us 3
It's about 3.5
hours.
and then we stopped and sat in the aircon for 3 ton nuts.
There we go, Curtis. Here we go.
Sorry? Yeah, I think we do fumigation and then we go to the next building. Okay. See that next building?
This guy looks like he wants. Is he helping?
Well, we're not paying for a helper. No necesito ayuda, we no paga ayuda.
Ah, well, okay.
Okay, no efectivo.
Okay. Tranquilo.
Just in the middle of reloading the bikes. You have to unpack. You have to take every bag off the bike and take it in and put it through like airport scanners. Car was very prompt and hasty with his bar bag, so he was just struggling to get that back on. How are you feeling, Chuck?
Hot.
Oh, he's grumpy again.
No, I'm not grumpy.
No, we're not grumpy.
At the end of the day, I'm not grumpy. This is what you have to do to get into countries.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have to play by their rules, and yes, it's hot out here. And yes, it takes time. Yes, it may seem silly to us, but it's their rules.
Yeah, it's absolutely fine. I didn't do my bar bags. They're really hard to get off, so I left it. And then they came over, and I said, "Do I have to take these ones off? They're really difficult. Can you just look in them?" So they did. So they looked in them then, and we didn't have to take those in because we could unpack them quickly because there's not much in there. Yeah, the rest goes through the scanner. They're really searching for drones. Anyway, so I'm just going to get the bikes loaded back up. Talk to you about it later. Yeah, so we left after it was. I think it was 4 on the dock. I said to you exactly 4 hours, but we'd done it in 3.5.
Yeah,
to be fair.
We were expecting the worst, and to be fair, one of the fixers there did point us towards the correct queue to go and queue in, which was for old people.
Rude! He asked how old I was.
And pregnant mothers.
And yeah, it was old people, pregnant women,
and invalids,
disabled people, and children under 5. And I can tell you now, 75% of that queue were none of them, including us.
But the queue was far, far shorter.
Yeah.
And I actually even jumped the queue.
You just wandered. I was going to just make sure I was at the right window and be seen first, but I turned around, you'd appeared, and then said, I'm with my wife. But anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, he did, but we didn't ask him to. He did, but when we first arrived, because El Salvador to Honduras was an absolute bewilderment of
noise,
busyness,
people.
noise, and it was crazy. This border was really calm. I know it's Sunday, but
I was going to say, whether it's because it's a Sunday.
Loads of lorries there, they didn't seem to make any difference to them.
No. But it was quiet and it was organised. Okay, when we first turned up, the guy started pointing, I'll park there, I'll keep an eye on your bike.
Well, we got off, didn't we? And he said, I'll look after your bike. I said, you won't.
No. I said, no. And we actually worked out we could park our bikes right outside the window. So when we were in the queue, we could see.
So again, they're working in a team.
Yeah.
There was 5 of them surrounded the bikes, park here. Almost we couldn't park anywhere else because they were guiding us into the parking space, away from the door, quite a bit away from the door and the windows, so we couldn't see. Then somebody would look after your bike for you. So we just said no, and then we spoke to each other, and they were sort of saying, well, we can do it. No, I said, we're not having a fixer. We're not paying any money. Go away. And they did. To be fair, they got the message quite quickly, and they went away. And then
they went to look for another punter.
Another one, and we just moved the bikes actually right outside the big windows.
Yeah,
no problem at all.
Well, we could see them. Yeah, the biggest drag, and we knew that this was potential to happen, was that we had to take all the luggage off the bikes, panniers, bags, the lot, and put them through a scanner. Now bear in mind that in my pannier I've got a bush knife, I've got a hatchet, I've got a spade. No issue with those at all. You've got a sharp kitchen knife and everything else. We've got fire lighters, things like that. We've got stove.
I've got a canister of petrol that went through the scanner.
All they were interested in was drone. And they said, have you got a drone? Because I put through the bag with the drone bag that had in it. I said, no. I said, I've got the controller and the batteries. So we showed them that, and we showed them the paperwork to show that we'd flown the drone over Nicaragua. And it took a while for the paperwork to be completed, but they were happy with that. But all they were interested in was a drone.
And then they came up to me, well, have you got a drone? I said, no. They said, do you have a drone? Only one drone. I said, solo uno drone. Okay, well, and then the older guy, I don't know whether he's new to the job, whether he just, because the younger woman was really switched on. He wasn't so much, and one of the bags went through that's got the tripod in. He went, I've got a drone. I said, it's a tripod. And I tried to say, threads and camera, pull a camera.
But he still wanted the bag
Wanted to see it, so we opened it up and he showed it to the other. If we just explained to the lady, she'd seen it on the screen, there wouldn't have been an issue. But anyway, so he said, is it a drone? And she said, no, it's a tripod. So we just put it away again. Absolutely. Sticking out of my front pocket was my TomTom, which is quite big. Yeah. In fact, it's probably...
I had my mobile phone in my pocket, so I had wallet, phones. In fact, I had a couple of phones in my pocket.
And the TomTom's almost the size of the drone.
Yeah, I could have put the drone in a pocket.
Yeah.
And no one would have been
No
any
one checked
otherwise.
our jackets. We weren't wearing them. We had to lay them on the floor. But no one checked our jackets. They didn't check our pockets. So I get they don't want drones, but really they should do a more thorough job. Check everything.
Anyway. The point is, even if, we wouldn't have had a drone in our pockets because we had sent our drones overboard.
This is the rules, and we don't believe in trying to flout them.
No, the rules are, we will abide by the rules. It's their country, they can do what on earth they like, and if they want us to do something, as in not bring a drone in, then we won't bring a drone in. That's absolutely fine.
Just a little message for other travellers, because you see it quite often in the groups, hey, what's the best way to smuggle the drone in? And I just don't.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do it. Because even if you get away with it, If you get caught with it in the country, apart from what's going to happen to you, I don't care. That's your problem. You're making it worse for the other travellers. We visit these countries. We are the guests. Just abide by the rules.
The yellow fever was asked for and checked.
Yeah, that was checked. Fair enough.
Tip: getting the temporary import was relatively simple.
Don't think we paid.
We didn't pay for that.
They didn't ask for any money, but we've got the paperwork, so I don't quite know what happened there.
We then got on the bikes and woohoo, we're off. Half an hour down the road, suddenly Izzy said, "Oh, insurance! We're supposed to buy insurance." So half an hour back,
The thing with
we
insurance,
were thinking, "Oh, they won't be open on a Sunday."
The thing with insurance over here is I'm not quite sure it's worth the paper it's written on.
No.
It only costs $12, so it's £8-9. It's not the end of the world. But if you're stopped and you get your documents checked, insurance is one of the things they check, and if you haven't got it, you're in a lot of trouble. If you have an accident, you have to have insurance. I say whether it's worth the paper it's written on, I don't know. But if you haven't got it, you're in even worse doo-doo.
It may be a get out of jail free card.
So we went back and we'd seen on iOverlander what the setup was. We got back, I said, well, apparently we're looking for a lady in a red t-shirt sitting at a plastic table. And there she was, lady in a red t-shirt sitting at the plastic table.
That's actually another really good tip. Doesn't matter where you are going in the world, if you have to do a border, look at iOverlander.
Yes.
Read it, screenshot it, so you don't have to worry about connectivity. Read it, understand it. There's some really good information on there to get you through borders.
And it saves you getting a fixer on some of the more confusing ones.
Yeah.
So we got back and I said, well, I had to pass a massive queue of lorries because they're all going up trying to get into Honduras. Parked on the other side of the road, and I said, well, there's like an open air cafe type place, all the plastic tables and chairs. And then I said, well, there's a lady in a red t-shirt. So I wandered over, and as I kind of wandered over in bike gear, and she looked at me and said, oh, you want insurance? I said, yeah. So she came with me to make sure we had the right documents, and I took all the documents over. She then she did yours, and she handed me over to another lady sitting at another plastic table with another form. And I just said,
with completely different documents.
And I said,
well, produce different documents.
Well, yeah, because mine's an A4 piece of paper and yours is half that. And I said, why is that one big? Why is that one small? In my best Spanish. And they just said, oh, different business.
So they share the business.
They share the business. We haven't even looked at what they say on there, but they copied our passport number onto it and this, that, the next thing. So anyway, $12 each for peace of mind of that's the rules. So fair enough, doesn't cost a lot.
And here we are. The other thing we noticed, the roads could be, because it's a Sunday, but the roads are so much quieter and people are so much more chilled about driving.
Yeah,
they're calmer. They don't overtake on solid lines, or very rarely. Yeah. There's no hassling you at all. People wave. I mean, people have been friendly all over.
But there just seems
just
to be
the driving
here.
just seems to be calm.
Even we weren't in the town, but even in the bit of town we've come through to get to the hotel, there's none of this wacky races, beep flying across junctions.
But also, to be fair, there's far less traffic.
Yes.
Now, whether it's because there are less people, or whether it's just the people can't afford the cars, but one thing we have noticed is a significant increase in the number of horses
and
carts and oxes,
carts, yes.
and even some oxen.
Yeah, as the mode of transport. Lots of even saw two young lads with a horse and cart.
Yep. We've had a far better experience getting into Nicaragua. We have a far better feel,
partly down to us.
A far nicer feel for Nicaragua than we do for Honduras.
Yeah.
We'll only be here for a few days. They've only given us a few days to stay in because we're kind of in transit to Costa Rica.
I've got 30 to be fair.
Yeah, we don't know what we've got on the passport.
Well, we don't even know what we've got because you don't get a stamp in your passport for Nicaragua. You get a piece of paper. And it doesn't seem to have any numbers on it. But when we went to get the tip, because she asked, and I said, 2 or 3 weeks would be nice. They said, are you transiting? And I said, well, yes, but we might want to stay a few days.
Transiting,
somewhere.
so she was going to give us 3 days.
I said, no, don't give us 3 days.
Now, we have heard of other travellers who only got 3 days, but thought they were getting 30 days, and overstayed their welcome.
Of course, they did get out eventually. So, the tip, we can't see a number on our little immigration slip of paper, which is our stamp. But on our tip, we definitely have got 30 days. That's fine. So we did our usual, got here, it's a lovely hotel. Should we stay 2 nights? But
no.
We're going to probably look up what's in Leon tonight, because it's an interesting town apparently. So we might just book 2 nights there and have a day around the town on Tuesday.
You're going to twirl out now?
Yes. I think I'm losing weight. I've suddenly lost a lot of weight in the last. I've noticed it in the last 10 days, week to 10 days.
It's because we can't stop shitting ourselves.
Don't you tell everyone that?
No.
We do keep getting the old runny tummy.
We keep getting the trots.
But it's fine.
It is fine.
It has gone since the last time.
It's all part of the adventure.
Anyway,
I think last time was just nerves for the
I think it was
border.
nerves, yeah. Right. So I shall. You know, you have to follow me. Don't follow me. I'm just get away. Oh, I'm dizzy.
We're in bright
I'm not that
sunshine.
short. Can you put it on my face, please?
Well, put it on your best feature.
On my neck. It's in my bottom. What's it? That's a compliment, I suppose. It's Nicaragua. What the locals say.
Nicaragua.
Nicaragua.
There we go. Yay!
Found this really cool place in Nicaragua. Here for a couple of nights, but I can see this might extend into 3. Let me show you. And we're staying in a lovely little cabin. These are the other cabins. Now look at this for a cute little place. Number 9. Knock, knock, knock. Number 9. Here we are. Look at that. Mozzie net on the bed. You please bite your mozzie net.
We'll find out.
Well, there aren't very many mozzies to be. I don't think there are any mozzies to be fair. Anyway, beautiful big room. We've got a comfy chair each. It's very important for room for 2. You can usually get 1 chair, and we've got another one, 3 chairs.
And there's a table and chair outside.
And the little table and chair outside you probably saw on the way in, which might be nice for a little morning coffee or something. Anyway, and then the bathroom. Look at this bathroom. It's outside. It's absolutely brilliant. So the toilet's under the eaves, so hopefully you don't get wet when you sit on the loo. So hoping the roof works. I'm sure the roof works. So this all stays dry. And look. Shower is actually outside. It's absolutely brilliant. And there's lovely plants in the shower. So that is so nice. That's brilliant. I love that. Absolutely love it. We haven't got aircon obviously because that is that is all open to the elements there. So we've got fans though. But to be honest, with the fan on, although I'm baking, so I've just had to walk to the shop, with the fan on, it's quite cool, isn't it? So I think
What's about it? Whilst it feels hot here, it doesn't feel as muggy as some of the places we've been to before.
No, it's not as muggy.
No.
Don't know why, but anyway, we're not going to moan about it.
We'll find out when it gets down to 29 degrees at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, the coolest is going to be overnight is 29. It's madness.
5 o'clock in the morning.
I'm still struggling, although I said we may extend this to 3 nights. We're going to have to consult the...
I have to say, there is one thing about this place.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a wonderful place to put a drone up.
Twice you've got me with that today. We were going down this... whilst we're talking about the roads today, we decided we weren't going to come straight down the main road to Lyon because that would be dead boring. There's a little loop. We'll just do that bit. We had plenty of time. It was only an hour's ride anyway. That turned into nearly 2. We'll just do this little loop. Great dirt road, wasn't it?
Fantastic.
A bit bumpy in places, but
it was
dry.
Quite hard and rough, but it was...
It was just damp where it had been wet, and it was through a whole bamboo plantation.
Yeah, no, not bamboo. Sugarcane.
Sugarcane. I don't know what I am.
Sugarcane, and they were actually harvesting sugarcane. They were planting sugarcane, so there were sugarcane lorries around, and also a harvester. First time I've seen a sugarcane harvester.
That's quite interesting. With tracks on, wasn't it?
Yeah,
tracks.
And it was great riding down through there.
And those lorries were.
The lorries had 5 or 6 massive trailers attached to them.
Road trains. They were definitely road trains.
Really
huge.
Really only designed to be used off-road, which is where we were. We're on a dirt road.
And that road wasn't twisty. It was very straight. The odd corner, perfect for those road trains.
Yeah.
So we tootled along, didn't we? Having a nice time and waving at everyone, and they all waved back.
Great fun. 25 kilometres down the road. It was brilliant. Yeah. Excellent. Then we came across a barrier.
There's a barrier with a man. He's asked me to stop, so I stopped.
Buenos días, ¿dónde van?
Buenos días. Viajamos a Lyon.
Es que por aquí es una empresa privada.
¿Empresa?
Y no se pueden pasar por este lado.
Podemos
tienen que regresar.
Oh, we're not allowed through.
Sí, porque aquí no trafican.
No vamos.
No se puede pasar.
Okay, we can't go through there because it's a business.
Sí.
So we had to turn around and 26 kilometres all the way back.
But it was fun.
It was fun.
It was alright, it was good.
And then we got back on the main road with all the lorries.
But that made up for it. It was a really, really interesting, good road.
One thing I have to say about drivers in Nicaragua, they're a lot more patient.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the middle of the towns. In the middle of the towns, the bikes get everywhere and those pedalos, cyclos.
Yeah, the actual vehicles, they're not as crazy as in other towns, are they? The thing you've got to watch out for, like you say, taxi push bike things.
Yeah.
They've most of them don't have mirrors. They certainly don't signal, and they just go where they want, and you've got to get out of the way.
Yeah, you've got to avoid them.
But apart from them, the drivers are a lot calmer here. A lot more road rules. There's more road rules.
And people seem to stick to speed limits.
Yes.
We struggled many times. We had cars behind us that had no inkling to come past us. They were using us as their speed markers.
And if it's a solid yellow line down the middle of the road,
they don't overtake.
Very, very few will overtake on that. Now, I know you're all probably thinking, well, that's because you're not supposed to. No, you're not. But so far, in every country south of America, starting in Mexico, there's lines on the road, and you can do that, but you can not do it as well. Anything goes.
Solid lines on a blind bend, it's absolutely fine.
Absolutely anything
but
goes.
Not here.
Not here. So when we get into a country, we tend to just sit and watch what the traffic does, don't we?
But also today we saw about 4 police checkpoints where they were pulling people over, bikes and things. At one point, a car, which was about 3 or 4 vehicles in front of us, pulled over to the side of the road. The guy got out of the police car, walked straight in front of me. Luckily we were going slow to wonder what was going on. Straight across the other carriageway and just stood in front of a motorbike and stopped it.
Yes, there
was no messing about.
He'd searched him out. Something had happened further up on the road where we were going. I don't know what.
But ironically, there were 2 motorbikes, but the other one saw what the policeman was doing and shot off down the dirt road.
Well, I'm not having any of that nonsense.
Yeah, he shot off.
But so there are a lot. They do obey the law. So when we get into a country,
the police, there's a lot more police around.
Yes, and we tend to we ride. We go, okay, what's happening here? Then we just go steady, find out what the traffic's doing, and very quickly we realise in Nicaragua they're just behaving. So far we're really liking Nicaragua, aren't we?
Yes.
Really
the towns are a
liking
bit hectic.
Town's a bit hectic.
Riding through markets.
Yeah, town. It's not so much hectic. It's not the traffic. It's just.
Do you want to say the really fun thing about TomTom as well?
Oh yeah, the TomTom. We get to a village or a town, And they decide to put in a one-way system, and the tom-tom literally thinks that every road goes in the opposite direction than it should do. So you can't follow it because you just don't. But I can't go down there, so you go straight on. I can't go down there, and it's still trying to get you the wrong way. So we just have to follow Kalimoto and look at the grid on the map, and we can see the main road we're trying to get to. It's been a very, very hot day. I took the camera off the bike, and the metal on it I could hardly hold it. It was so hot. The tom-tom's red hot. Everything's absolutely red hot. So we do take the stuff in when we go in to eat somewhere to let it cool down, but it's difficult keeping everything cool. But we just found heathens. We found a fast food place, but a Nicaraguan fast food place, so that's fine. It's local food.
Fried chicken.
We had some lunch, so we've had our meal today. And this guy came in.
To be honest, fried chicken, it's not like KFC. I asked for 3 bits of chicken and I got half a chicken.
Literally got half
a chicken split into 3 bits.
And I asked for dosa. I definitely said dosa, 12 nuggets, and I got 18. And they were really nice nuggets, actually, lots of chicken in them. But anyway, we digress. We finished our meal.
I was just giving you an impression of the size of the meal.
Yeah, so
it's not like me to leave something.
No, because it was a huge meal. So I left 2 nuggets. I ploughed through, but I thought I can't eat anymore. I left 2 nuggets. You ate most of your chicken, but there was quite a bit of meat, I suppose, left on the bones and bits and pieces. Anyway, we left them in our trays. We had an individual tray, left it there. This guy suddenly appears and comes up to us, and he wasn't very clean. I thought he looks like he's homeless, and he was saying something about the food, and he wanted to take the trays away. And I said, yeah, take the trays away. He took them, scurried to the next table, got the papers that sit on the tray, put all the bits of food that were left in the paper, wrapped it up and popped it in his carry bag, cleaned up behind himself. Yeah. He put all the rest of the rubbish in the bin, put the trays on the top like you do, and then he scurried out and he disappeared. And I sat there watching this, and I thought, and I just wasn't quick enough, because I'd gone and bought him a meal. I just wasn't quick enough, and he'd gone, and I did look outside and I couldn't find him. I would have gone and bought him a whole meal and a drink if I'd realised what he was after.
Because he was so polite about it.
And he was so tidy afterwards, and it just absolutely breaks my heart. We're back to homeless now, and it just breaks my heart.
The bits of chicken that I didn't eat, someone else is going to be eating.
He's going to be picking at the bones. That and a couple of chicken nuggets and probably a bit of that coleslaw you left. I mean, that's a meal, isn't it? It's so sad. It's so sad. As I said before we set out on this trip, the one thing, if we were going to raise awareness for something, it was going to be homelessness. And don't get it in Mexico, but since coming south, we've started seeing it more again now. And yeah, I don't know what we can do. It just breaks my heart, but I missed this opportunity. Maybe we'll get the opportunity another time to buy somebody a meal. But
third time lucky.
Yeah, because we tried the other night with this lady. She was stood at the window watching her seat, so we bought her an apple pie. We went outside and she'd gone.
So I ate it.
So you ate it. That was the object of the exercise. We couldn't find her.
I felt really guilty about it.
You didn't though, did you?
I did.
We couldn't find her. I said, well, we did see a teenager. There's a homeless teenager running around in bare feet, sitting around in doorways earlier on. We said, let's give it to him, and he'd gone as well.
Yeah, we couldn't find anyone.
So we're trying to do our little bit.
In the end, I ate it when we got all the way back to the hotel.
It's not the spirit, is it?
Anyway.
Right, we're going to go in the pool now because it's baking. Go on then, you do a twirl.
I'm twirling away.
Twirling away. No, you're not twirling away though, are you? You're twirling backwards.
That'll do.
Twirl away. There you go, he's gone.